Dame Vera Margaret Lynn CHDB Yost, Nee Welch, 20 March 1917 – 18 June 2020, was a British singer, songwriter and entertainer whose musical recordings and performances were largely popular during the Second World War. She was widely known as the Force's sweetheart and gave outdoor concerts for the troops in Egypt, India, and Burma during the war as part of Entertainment's National Service Association, ENSA. The songs most associated with her are We'll Meet Again, The White Cliffs of Dover, A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square, and There'll Always Be in England. She remained popular after the war, appearing on radio and television in the United Kingdom and the United States, and recording such hits as Off Wheaterson, Sweetheart, and her UK #1 single, My Son, My Son. Her last single, I Love This Land, was released to mark the end of the Falklands War. In 2009, at the age of 92, she became the oldest living artist to top the UK albums chart with the compilation album We'll Meet Again. The very best of Vera Lynn. 3 in 2014, she released the collection Vera Lynn. National Treasure, and in 2017, she released Vera Lynn 100, a compilation album of hits to commemorate her centennial year. It was a #3 hit, making her the first centenarian performer to have a top 10 album in the charts. 4 Lynn devoted much time and energy to charity work connected with ex-servicemen, disabled children and breast cancer. She was held in great affection by World War II veterans and in 2000 was named the Briton who best exemplified the spirit of the 20th century. Vera Margaret Welch was born in East Ham, Essex, now part of the London Borough of Newham, on 20 March 1917, the daughter of plumber Bertram Samuel Welch, 1883–1955, and dressmaker Annie Martin, 1889–1975, who had married in 1913. In 1919, when Lynn was 2 years old, she fell ill with diphtheritic croup and nearly died as a result. She was sent to an isolation unit and was discharged after 3 months there. As a result of her hospitalization, she missed Christmas and celebrated both Christmas and her birthday later in March 1920. Her mother even sourced a Christmas tree for the occasion. Her mother was very protective of her as a result of her spell in hospital, not allowing her to visit friends or play in the street for a long time afterwards. Lynn recalled her mother was not as strict with her elder brother Roger as she was with her. She began performing publicly at the age of 7 and adopted her maternal grandmother Margaret Lynn's maiden name as her stage name when she was 11. Her first radio broadcast with the Joe Loss Orchestra was in 1935. At this point she appeared on records released by dance bands including those of Loss and of Charlie Cunn's 1936. Her first solo record was released on the Crown label, Up the Wooden Hill to Bedfordshire. This label was absorbed by Decca Records in 1938. She supported herself by working as an administrative assistant to the head of a shipping management company in London's East End. After a short stint with Loss she stayed with Cunn's for a few years, during which she recorded several standard musical pieces. In 1937, she moved to the aristocrat of British dance bands, Bert Ambrose. In 1937, Lynn made her RST hit recordings, The Little Boy That Santa Claus Forgot and Red Sails in the Sunset. Lynn's wartime contribution began when she would sing to people who were using London's tube station platforms as air raid shelters. She would drive there in her Austin 7 car. She is best known for her 1939 recording of the popular song We'll Meet Again, written by Ross Parker and Huey Charles. The nostalgic lyrics, We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day, were very popular during the war and made the song one of its emblematic hits. During the phony war, the Daily Express asked British servicemen to name their favorite musical performers. Vera Lynn came out on top and as a result became known as the Force's sweetheart. In July 1940, Lynn made her first appearance as a fully fledged solo act in Coventry. In 1941, during the darkest days of the Second World War, Lynn began her own radio program, Sincerely Yours, sending messages to British troops serving abroad. She and her quartet performed songs most requested by the soldiers. Lynn also visited hospitals to interview new mothers and sent personal messages to their husbands overseas. Her other great wartime hit was The White Cliffs of Dover, words by Nat Burton, music by Walter Kent. In 1943, she appeared in the films We'll Meet Again and Rhythm Serenade. During the war years, she joined ENSA and toured Egypt, India and Burma, giving outdoor concerts for the troops. In March 1944, she went to Shamshernagar airfield in Bengal to entertain the troops before the Battle of Kohima. Her host and lifelong friend Captain Bernard Holden recalled her courage and her contribution to morale. In 1985, she received the Burma Star for entertaining British guerrilla units in Japanese-occupied